Hello, I'm Josh Carr, and welcome for the very first time to the Speakeasy. Now, those of you wondering at home what the Speakeasy is, I don't really know, and isn't that fun? I suppose what the Speakeasy is I get given a random discussion topic or news item or anything really from you, lovely lot at home, and I sit here and discuss it whilst getting slightly tipsy. And I am aware that apparently drinking is not very good for your YouTube channel, so we'll say that it's definitely Coke in there, and I'm just tipsy off life. Yeah, this is new. I hope you like it, and if you want more of it, just let me know. And in terms of what we're going to be talking about today, there is only one discussion topic today that has dominated not just Doctor Who Twitter, not just the Doctor Who fans' lives, but it's dominated the UK press, which is lovely, and it's always lovely to see. We have a new Doctor, and Ncuti Gatwa is the Doctor, which is mad, isn't it? It's mad. I can't believe that we've got a Doctor announcement already. I wasn't expecting it. I don't think anyone else was. It definitely caught me off guard in the shower. But yeah, we've got a new Doctor. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be the oracle of all things Ncuti Gatwa. I would love to be, but I've never actually seen him in anything, which is really exciting. It's always exciting to go in when you've got a big name actor taking the role and you know everything about them and you know that they're going to be great, but it's also exciting to go in sort of cold turkey, knowing nothing, which is how I was with Matt Smith. And this is the first time since then that I've really had that, apart from Joe Martin. I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. Again, my initial reaction was sort of, who? Not in a derogatory way, just because I'm an uncultured swine, basically. But following that, doing a bit of reading, I recognised them as soon as I saw the picture, because even though I haven't seen Sex Education, I've seen a lot of clips because they get shown on Twitter and things like that. And a lot of the clips that get shown are of Ncuti Gatwa's character, Eric, I believe. I've probably got that wrong.
You're going to look at me and you're going to tell me that I'm wrong?
I've seen a lot of good things. I've seen a lot of people saying he's far and away the best thing about the show, which is exciting. That's a great thing to hear. And I just think it's an exciting casting choice all round. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be fresh. It's new. It's diverse. It's not something that we've seen from obviously we've had the first Black Doctor with Joe Martin, but we've not had a leading actor, sadly, as of yet, be a person of colour. And it's really exciting. That's sort of just the vibe of the video. Again, these Speakeasy videos are going to be a little bit rambly, just sort of me spewing out my feelings. But yeah, I've got a good vibe. I think as well that there's sort of this misconception, not really a misconception going around Twitter, that Ncuti Gatwa is an unknown actor. Yes, they were unknown to me this morning, but I think this is probably one of the most exciting casting choices that they've ever had in terms of where they are at in their career. You've got someone who is a lead actor in a hit Netflix show, basically a phenomenon in the UK and abroad, and you've got them playing your lead role alongside Russell T Davies, probably the greatest television writer in Britain, coming back. That is a massive draw. That's a big pull to the show, and I think it's going to pull a a scope of people who maybe haven't really been interested in Doctor Who to this point. I think it's going to bring a new audience, which I think every casting announcement should bring. I think it should bring new people to the show as well as please the fans. And that's one thing that I can say is that from what I gather, the fans are definitely pleased, which is lovely. It's great to see. Obviously, the last casting announcement that we got had a lot of negative press, which is a shame because of the gender of the actor, because Jodie Whittaker was the first female Doctor, and sadly we're going to get it again. It's going to happen again. Everyone knows that there's going to be reactionaries out there who jump on this in a horrific way and basically plague our timelines and plague the comments of Daily Mail articles with racism and whatnot. Anyway, we have to ignore those people, and you know, it's a horrible part of it, and racism doesn't have a place in society, never mind Doctor Who or the fandom. But I think what has been lovely to see, I mean, in terms of the circles that I move in on Twitter, it's been a massive majority positive. One slight negative that people keep coming to, which I think, depending on how you argue it, again, can be a fair criticism, is the fact that, you know, we've had one female Doctor. There was obviously a backlash to that, and we've gone straight back to a male Doctor. Some people are gonna, as I said, again, they're gonna jump on it. They're gonna see an opportunity to take jabs at the show that fit their fucking messed up agenda. Anyway, it's not a massive issue to me. I would have preferred a female Doctor before this casting choice. And I knew that as soon as a casting was made, and if it was male, it would swing me, obviously dependent on who it was. But again, I've seen a few people like tweet this similar sentiment out, is that, you know, it's fine to be a little bit disappointed if you wanted a female Doctor and you didn't get it, but also it's a momentous moment that there is going to be a black actor leading the show for the first time that a non-UK born actor is taking the lead role. They are massive. They are massive aspects to it, and it's great to see this kind of diversity and representation in media. I'm obviously not the demographic to be talking about it as a straight white male, but it's exciting and it's progression still, you know. And I think what this casting does, is that it opens the net to anybody. I think we are now in a position that every single time there is a new Doctor, it could be anyone. There is no one is off limits. The Doctor could be anybody. In the same way that there's always that line that's spoken about Spider-Man, where they have the mask and anyone could be Spider-Man under that mask. So yeah, as I said, I'm thrilled. I'm excited for the future of the show. It's a great time to be a Doctor Who fan, not just because we've got this massive centenary special, which we must not forget about, with Ace and Tegan returning, and, you know, hopefully it's not going to miss the mark. Hopefully it's going to land all of this mad stuff that it's trying to pull off. And then at the end of it, we're going to have this exciting new era dawning, the Ncuti Gatwa era of Doctor Who, which just rolls off the tongue. Another thing that I pointed out on Twitter that I don't think anyone had noticed is that Ncuti Gatwa is also the first Doctor to have been a child during the Russell T Davies era. If that doesn't make you feel old in the same way that it makes me feel old, I'm slowly decaying. Anyway, he was like 12 when Rose aired, and the idea of having a Doctor that grew up with Russell's first era, now, I assume he did, he might not have watched Doctor Who, you know, who'd have blamed him, because we're all nerds here, but The idea of, someone who grew up watching those Eccleston Tennant years now coming back for Russell's return and playing the Doctor. Oh, that's exciting. That's cool. It's really, really cool. I mean, as I said, it ages me, but yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I think, I've rambled enough. Like I said, it's great casting. I'm expecting a fun, stylish, and hopefully wildly different incarnation of the Doctor. That's my hopes, and maybe in terms of my hopes for the second Russell T Davies era, R2D2, RTD2. This is where the tipsiness comes in. My hopes for that era. Maybe I'll do another speakeasy on it. Maybe if that's what you want to see, I'll do it. Another thing that I want to do in the speakeasy is get you guys involved. And if you guys have thoughts on the topic that I'm discussing, I want you to chuck them right at me. Throw me a curveball, man. I don't know what I'm doing. So I've actually got a few tweets from lovely people discussing the casting. So let's go through a few. At Oscar Groucho's, who, as I'm recording this, there's no we involved. As I'm recording this, the BAFTAs are happening, and Oscar Groucho's is there, and I know this because he's just sent me a video, which is very cool. I'm just going to drop it in here.
Hi Josh, hope you're well. Here at the BAFTAs, lots of love.
I mean, look at that. That's my personal pick for the Doctor. As I said, I'm very happy with Ncuti, but I was expecting it to be Lydia West. Maybe possible companion, who knows? Saying hello to me, which was lovely. But Oscar has said, a fabulous boon for the show and all of us, a fizzing ball of energy and charisma, born for adventure. The most exciting show in the universe, just took it up a gear. And as I told Russell earlier, that's a name drop. What a flex, by the way. My late father would have loved to have been here to see this day. Welcome, Ncuti. That's lovely. Next one from Cal at generic_tweeting. Regular tweeter on the podcast. A Patreon as well. If you want to support us on Patreon, you can. And I'll be taking suggestions for the speakeasy on there, and they'll get priority as well. Don't tell the others. Cal said, I'm not sure that anybody has Ncuti on their radar for being the next Doctor, and I suppose that's what makes the casting so brilliant. When it was initially announced, I didn't quite vibe, but I've quickly come round, and I can't wait to see what Ncuti does with the role. I think that's absolutely fair enough. I always struggle when a new Doctor's announced. I think the only one that I initially vibed with straight away was Capaldi, because I was like, yes, he is the Doctor. That's done. It took me a couple of hours with the others to go, okay, yeah, why not? Let's go for it. Next one from Dom, writer on my audio series. Hello, Dom. It makes so much sense. I can't wait to see him on screen and how RTD writes him. The future is bright and diverse, and it's all I want from Doctor Who, to be honest. What more can you say? And then she's also put the emojis from the weirdest announcement of a Doctor ever. We didn't even touch on that. He just put it on his Insta. That's such a flex. I mean, I'm not sure if I like it. I like quite a grand announcement, but it is also quite cool to just be like, yeah, I'm the Doctor. Deal with it. And then it gets announced an hour later. That's very cool. And very good timing to, place it around the BAFTAs when Russell and Ncuti are going to be there. And you'd hope that means that shooting is going to start very soon. You hope that, maybe we'll get some more news soon, maybe about companions. Jack Alexander at Ann_awful_Jack, friend of the show and host of An Awful Lot of Running podcasts, which I made an appearance on recently. Great podcast. Go listen to it if you fancy. Jack said, I'm so incredibly happy with this. Ncuti has had the standout performance in every season of Sex Education. If Russell T. the Chad Davis has his faith in him, so do I times a million. Calling it now, he's going to be a fan favourite Doctor. You never know. This is the thing, you don't know. But I agree, you know, they never miss with the casting. They've never got it wrong. It's not been miscast. You know, people would argue certain times, but in my head, I don't think it has. Ben at Real Enthusiast, Ncuti is inspired casting. Someone none of us really thought of, but now that he's been cast, it makes you go, oh shit, that makes sense. Exactly. I'm so excited, and the fact that the man who characterised the 9th and 10th Doctor will be writing for him only makes me more excited. We won. I think that is a great way to close out the video, in the fact that we won. And we're always winning. There's always more Doctor Who, and even if you don't like what's coming or what's been, there's going to be some more along to tickle your fancy at some point in the future. And the same goes for Who Knew and this channel. This has been the Speakeasy. This is sort of a pilot that has obviously been quite hurriedly rushed together because of the announcement. And I'm sort of just having a drink and rambling to a camera. If you like it, I'll do more. Please tell me, and drop a like, subscribe, share it around. I would love to get more people involved in this and in the podcast, and we'll talk about discussion topics. And if you have anything that you'd want me to talk about on this, please chuck me a tweet or sign up to the Patreon. I'm going to revamp it, so there'll be new tiers. There's a link below. It's going to be cheaper, and you'll get more. So what's not to love? And as I said, I'll sort of take ideas from the Patreon first before I do Twitter, and hopefully we'll get a gang going. But yeah, this has been the Speakeasy, and I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly have. This has vented a lot of my feelings. And like I said, if you want more, and if you want more Who Knew, you can find us on YouTube, you can find us on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, basically, where I speak to wonderful guests. I've got Ella Watts coming up very soon, depending on when you're listening to this, but it should be out next week if you're watching this as it goes live. Ella Watts, of course, the producer and director of Doctor Who Redacted, everyone's favourite podcast at the moment, to the chagrin of a Doctor Who podcaster myself, but you know, I can let it slide. It's incredible. So, thank you for watching. I said, I hope you enjoyed this. Ncuti Gatwa is the Doctor. This is mad. This is mental. This is mad. What is going on? Where did this come from? Where? Anyway, see you soon. Have a good one. Big thank you to all of our patrons, and a massive shout out to Alfie Innes and Cal King. Thanks for listening to Who Knew, a Doctor Who podcast. You can check us out wherever you get your podcasts and now on YouTube. Please subscribe and leave us a review wherever you can, as it really helps us out. And a massive thanks to the Sononauts for lending their cover of the Doctor Who theme to be the theme for the podcast.